We have 5 minutes till open. Don't have too much news today. Mainly yellow folder news. We made a rejection, 2 rejections of P gold zone. We got price in this tiny little range, right? Ranges in between pretty much P gold zone and the top side level. Dum, 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 dum. So let's see where we break. We're either gonna break the top or we're gonna break the bottom. We've already made a support off of P gold zone, which is previous day area that we bumped up. So if we continue up from here, that would make sense. I mean, it would make sense if we continue down from here as well. It doesn't really matter, but we are above the 500, which is normal. That P gold zone is also the 100 that we just came off of. We got 3 minutes till open. Looking like we're rejecting perp. Got a minute 37 to open. Supporting the bottom, supporting perp, supporting the level. It would need to break the high though. Break the high to believe it's going up, break the low to believe it's going down. Price has barely moved 1,000 pips throughout Asia and London, so don't be impatient, guys. Big rejection of the top. Oh, that's volume. So I'm gonna be waiting to see where price breaks out of this 1,000 pip range, and that is probably where I'm gonna be taking it. Prices range today: Asia, London, 1,100 pips. This is the 100 still. Big wick to the bottom. I'm gonna go look at the 1 hour real quick, see what the 1 hours are doing. 1 hour wick top yesterday, big time. Still in an uptrend. So 1 hour we're at an uptrend. We just broke a downtrend on the 1 hour 2, maybe 3 days ago. Big wick to the bottom. Two minutes left. That's the 100 we're fighting off of. 100p uptrend. But price is underneath perp, so I kind of would like to see price get above perp before I believe that. But we are getting a nice support to the bottom there. If we can get that up and above, the Gucci. So once again, just be patient, guys. Right? We know we're in the middle of some substantial things. 1 hour uptrend, P gold zone. It's the bottom of the day. We've only ranged 1,100 pips. Don't try to fight in between the range. Just let it break out. Read the candles as it's playing out. Support to the bottom. Thinking based off deduction, price doesn't want to go down. Me to confirm it, I need to see price get back above perp and head up. I do see the tiniest, uptrend that was created right here during London, but other than that, I would be patient. Because if we look into the top side, right, even if like in this area where we break the high of the day, go up to previous day gold zone, that's 1145 pips. High of the day yesterday, which is a level and R1 gold zone today, that's about 1800 pips. So there's moves to the top side. Look at the bottom side. If we break the low of the day, which is P gold zone, previous gold zone is 1000 pips away. 500 is 16, so there's money to whichever way this wants to break out. I am personally not gonna take any sells. I'm not gonna take a sell into this 1 hour uptrend line, even if this does drop. I'm going to, well, I'd have to see how volume pushes through P gold zone. It's nice right now, but the last thing you want to do is take a fake out right into a 1 hour uptrend line. I'm gonna wait. And I want to, so Irfan and a couple other people have been messaging me about when to know to confirm adding contracts. So first of all, if you can't figure it out, don't add contracts, right? Stay at one lot size, stay at one small lot size. To add, and here's the thing, if you don't understand, and this is for everybody, if you don't understand where to add contracts, then that tells me you may not understand how to trade with the juice fully. And if that's the case, then we need to have a talk. When we add contracts, we are just looking for the next confirmation to be broken. So like I'm saying, for me to see like even a sell-off here, like yes, 630 broke underneath perp. If I for some reason entered in for a sell off of perp, the next time I'd want to, well, somebody tell me. Ruben, are you on here, Ruben? Ruben will know. Maybe a couple others you will know. Let's say we got into a sell at 630. When am I probably going to add contracts? At what indicator being broken would I want to enter into more contracts, right? Because think about what adding contracts is, Irfan and everybody else. What are we waiting for? Okay, Ruben said gold zone. You got an answer for me, Chris? Steven, you got an answer? Everybody? Perp. So 630 would have already broken perp. Chris, the low of the day. Yep, that's good. Ruben, gold zone. Correct. So that's it. Low of the day. Perfect. So that's it. So it would be one contract at 635. If this breaks hard through the low of the day, which is P gold zone, and this 1 hour uptrend, that is where I would be adding contracts. So when we do this, even like yesterday or Friday, right? Our entry was at 630. Well, at least I got in for one entry at 630. When did I enter into contracts? Enter more at 635 when we broke the high of that day and R1 gold zone. So I'm always just looking for the next indicator to be broken, right? It could be a bounce or a break through a level. It could be the break or bounce through the high of the day. Whatever the next indication is, that's where I'm entering in more contracts. Once again, if you don't understand exactly how to do it, stay on a demo account. Stay on a demo account until you can figure it out. Because I mean, yes, there are some people that trade just a normal lot size, right? The normal YM. That's about $5 a contract. If you got your emotions together and your win rate is high, I would say by all means go ahead, trade the $5 a pip. Just remember that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I mean, it's 100 pips means $500. That's already 25% of the $2,000 that you can lose on the funded account. So that's a lot. If you guys just gotta practice. But that's the good thing. So for those that are answering fairly quickly about where to jam contracts, I know you fully understand how to trade using the strategy. So for everybody who's having a tough time with figuring out where to add contracts, it is literally just the next confirmation to get in, right? Think about it this way: if you didn't get in off of, like, let's say, looking at yesterday 6:30, if you didn't get in at 6:30, when would you be getting in? And it would be 6:35. So the way I like to look at it is, where was the initial entry? If you missed the initial entry, where would you have entered in again? And it's good to think about it like that, because let's say price never broke up at 6:35. If price never broke up at 6:35 yesterday, I would have never entered into more buys. And that's a good practice to keep doing when you guys are back testing, because it'll help you to avoid the bigger loss, right? Yesterday at 6:30, entering into the one contract, it was a pretty big risk because the candle was 1,000 pips. If price never continued up, if price would have came down, and I would have probably exited in a small loss. Much better than going full port $5 a pip on the normal YM. So just the next confirmation, the next juice confirmation, could be support, resistance, break, high, low of the day, gold zone, perp, level, um, whatever is the next thing in the way that we need to break through. That is where I would be adding contracts. So right here we just had a big push to the downside off of 635. So I mean, I definitely wouldn't be entering in at all at 630 with that wick to the bottom, knowing that it's the low of the day. 635 here just broke. I don't want to trade against the 500. This is also the 100 and the 200. I'm okay with seeing this drop. If this does drop, I'll look for my buy up somewhere. I've also accepted the fact that I may not take an entry today, right? Like, if this continues down, I'm not a reversal trader. I am a whatever the hell we see trader. Sometimes an entry is a reversal, sometimes an entry is a trend trade, where we're just trending with the direction. Trying to pinpoint reversals is hard. It's hard even on the gold zones, because sometimes, like over here, like even if you look at yesterday, right? Yesterday 655, that's a nice rejection of R2 gold zone. If you were to take it down believing it's going to go R2 to R1, that's already defeated by the fact that price is over perp. So what did price do? It rejected and it continued up. So that's why, all of these indicators, I hope you guys see, we use harmoniously, right? You don't just take, like, yes, cross lines are overbought going into R2 gold zone, and that is a very fat rejection candle, but you ate on the side of caution. Once again, I don't like to trade against perp. I like to trade with perp. Perp tends to keep us with the trend. It can also help us to take the reversals because we wait for it to break above or below perp. Like, I really like perp. Ever since I started using perp, I just feel more confident holding on to certain entries. And it's mainly because it's a visual, right? Like, literally just visually to see price above a purple line and then price just continues up. It's pretty stupid. It's pretty stupid how easy that is. It doesn't always work out like Friday, but it is one of those things, right, where we just try to take as much as we can from those days that are easy like that, right? The easiest gold zone to gold zone push. After that, it did break up, but we're already done. So right now, price is underneath perp. We're underneath P right now. Price is pushing down. You know, price relative to the to perp is under it. Once again, my decision to not get into this is I don't want to trade. You know, at 630 before price broke underneath 635, we're still at the 100 and the 200, and we're above the 500. So I don't like to trade against those. I don't like to trade against my moving averages. I'll wait because even if today doesn't give me an entry, I know for a fact I'm gonna make money this week. You know, I'm fearless with this. I know there is nothing other than profits at the end of this week. So I trust what we do. I trust the juice strat. Dun, 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 dun.
Remember, this is not just a story. This is art. Remember.
Price still drop it, and if once again, if any of you guys are in it, right, good on you. I hope you are okay with the risk you took, right, and understand the entry you got into. There's always going to be times where I may take an entry that you may not. You may take an entry that I don't. Are you in this, Ruben? I'm going to assume you are. Didn't go full port. Good. Good. Nothing wrong with that. Look at where we are. We're pushing into previous day gold zone. Knowing that MA could, exactly. So MA could play support 200 you're talking about, right? So we are getting some support here. Nice. Hey, that's money. That's money. What'd you get in at 635? The break of P. Nice. Yeah. Trade with the volume. I mean, it's a nice candle. It's a nice volume candle coming down. Once again, you guys all do as you please. Be careful. Move your shit into profit. Price still coming down. We got level and we got the 500 right there. So that would make sense if we come down a little bit more. But it will also make sense if we support it up right here. Previous day gold zone. And right, look left. Left is this area that was the high of the day before 630. Right? R1 gold zone was Friday's high of the day, or this little resistance that was formed during London, and that is exactly where we're at right now. So if this area plays as support, that would make sense because as price bounces off of this level previous day gold zone, R1, our 500 moving average will tilt upwards and will end up heading up. But all I gotta do is wait. Wait for it to tell me what it wants to do. Kind of stalling out right here. Looks like it wants to drop, but it's like fighting. There you go. And it's doing exactly what I said it was going to do, right? Either it's going to break the top or it's going to break the bottom and it's going to run a bit. I still choose not to get into it to the downside because it doesn't make me feel good. That's about it. But to be able to call it out is one thing. To be able to avoid getting into it, at least for me, it's discipline. It's discipline to not try to trade against the 500 and that 1 hour uptrend. This 635 candle, nah. For me, I'm not going to trade against a 1 hour. And think about how many days, good shit, Isaiah. Think about how many days I have gone missing an entry, and then it ends up playing out in my favor towards the end, right? It almost always does. And knowing that that is what happens keeps me confident. And like this whole thing that we call discipline, I'm like, well, it's just really me being patient and following my rules. I guess that is discipline. I guess that's just how I stay consistent. Price pushing into the level now. Going oversold, pushing into the level. Whew. Nas is at a gold zone. S&P is at almost their low of the day. Gold is bouncing up, so that makes sense. All of the indices usually run backwards of gold. So gold is going up, indices are coming down. Yeah, Nas is making a fat support right now. Ugh, Nas looks ugly as fuck though. I don't know. Nas and S&P, the movement is so choppy. I don't know how people. I mean, the people who trade that, I know their win rates are not great. But then they also do trade on lower time frames, like the 1 minute. But I will not be trading on the 1 minute ever. That's too much crap. We got price pushing into the 500 here. Nice big drop there. I'm just waiting for my entry. Whew. Into the 500 here. You guys ever see these group of people from Brazil that use AI to make them look like Will Smith, Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, and I guess now they got fucking Harry Potter in this bitch. I've been following these guys for so. Oh, and Vin Diesel, a short little Brazilian dude with Vin Diesel's head. It's fucking hilarious. AI is crazy, man. I need to figure out what I can do with AI. Maybe something for the steel company, maybe something with trading. I want to try to automate this. Pushing right into the 500 through it now. Nice movement. You know, I just don't know any automated strategy that actually works long term. I think that's the only thing. I don't know any automated strategy that works. Strong push. Massive. 635 to right now where price is. That's about 1700 pips. Massive movement. Big push. Damn. P goes on to S1 gold zone. About to hit S1. Massive movement. Heading into S1 now. S1 now. Got some support to the bottom, S1. Break it through S1. Jesus Christ. What news is going on? I know there's got to be something going on pushing this down. But there's only yellow folder news today. Interesting how that works sometimes. Huge. Huge. See, but the bounce off Thursday, the bounce off of Friday, those are the reasons I did not enter into 635. Good movement. I don't forecast the future. So I trust my strategy. The question is, where are we gonna stop? S1 gold zone. S1 gold zone is an area of resistance, an area of support. We've come up to this area a lot of times and then rejected over the past week. I wonder if it'll play as a support now. Minute and a half left. Dun, dun, da, 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 dun, dun. 20 seconds left, getting some wick to the bottom. All of the events are for the 30-year anniversary anyways, so it makes sense to keep them all the same. So we're stuck here right underneath S1 on top of a level on top of previous day P gold zone, oversold. Now's a good time to do nothing. And if this continues to drop, then I'm going to just categorize this day as an out of the normal day and move on with my life. And it's only not normal compared to what I currently see, right? So my decision to not get into this downside push at 635 was the 1 hour uptrend line. So for me, what is normal here is to see every time we've hit this uptrend, we've bounced up. So remember, like I tell you guys, we keep taking the same entry until we're wrong or until it does something different. Because look at it. If you took all of these, right? And I did last week, and all winners. If you took all these winners, 3 winners, even if you were to wait like I am being patient today, expecting this to bounce up again, you're still safe, right? I didn't lose anything today, and I'm still in profit from these last 3 days, last week. Me keeping consistent to trading with structure is what keeps me calm and cool, right? When we start to take things that are outside of trading with what we currently see, it's okay when you win, right? And that's kind of the dangerous part about doing it, is it creates a false sense of success. I mean, don't it's success. But if you can keep it consistent, then good. But if you can't, I recommend always training with structure. Never trade against it, right? I'm not telling you guys not to do whatever you guys want to do because you can do whatever you want to do. I just always have to reinforce that if you guys do anything that I'm not doing, then you already have room for the ratio to be off, right? My win ratio is based off of me staying consistent to what I'm doing and never changing it. So, if you guys are good and staying consistent and growing the accounts, stick to it. If at some point you're feeling like, hey, something's not right here, I'm not winning as much, or even though I'm winning, I may be losing more, or just whatever, like the account's not growing as fast, you might want to think about what are you doing differently and figure it out. But I always, right? I always want to trade because if I'm looking at 3 out of the 4 entries within this uptrend, I'm Gucci. I'm good. I'm positive with money, right? Looking at last week we took some entries here off the downtrend. All the sell, 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 sell. The week before that, all the buys off the uptrend, buys off the 500, buys through the gold zones, buys off the gold zone 500 uptrend line. That is, I am consistent. I take those consistent entries with structure. So that's why Ruben asks me all the time, how are you always correct? It's not that I'm correct, it's just that I take the same entries, that result in me being correct, I guess. I try to not take anything, and I've done it so long, right? And that is the part that I'm glad you guys are all sticking it out. I still talk to people who have come and gone, with the juice strategy, and some of them, like I saw a couple at the gym, and how long has it been since they stopped? Maybe about 2 months or 3 months. 2 months or 3 months that they stopped deciding to learn. And I asked them, I was like, they're grown ass people, so it's okay for me to have a conversation with them. I was like, why did you guys stop? What was holding you guys back from believing that you guys could do this? And they were like, I don't know, we just kept getting beaten up. I was like, that's the point. Like, you've never done this before. And he works out, and his son works out too. And, I'm thinking in my head, like, you didn't just get good at working out, right? It took a little while. And yes, like, working out for some people, it can be very easy to grasp how to work out in the gym, right? Like, I've been working out for all my life. So I enjoy, and I could teach somebody. And that's the thing, like, I could be a trainer. I could be a trainer. I have the years, the knowledge, the experience, I have the wisdom. And I'm like, that's the same thing when it comes to trading, right? If you give up because you don't see results in the first 3 months, which you should start to see results in the gym after the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But if you're not seeing results, it's a reflection of maybe you're not doing the right thing, maybe you're not following the right plan, and that's it. Like the data is in the results. The results are in the data. And I just told him, I was like, I don't care if you decide to not to learn from me, but just keep in mind this is not something like you can learn it very quickly. And I asked him too, I was like, you learned it, right? Like, you learned how to take the entries, you know how to use the juice and where to enter and where to exit, but right now you're not consistent. And I was like, I don't think, like, you guys all have to visually write down a line, a progress bar or something that shows you guys, because you guys already know, like, who the people on here, I know you guys understand, and you guys really, we got some support here. What do we got? 50 seconds left. Give me 1 second as I look at this, because what a lot of people don't realize is when they start to learn the juice, when you get on the chart after watching my indicator videos, after going on the phone call with me and talking about how to utilize it and all that, you're about 70 to 80% done with being successful at this, right? And I don't think a lot of people realize that they are about 70 to 80% done, accomplishing being a trader. Because the way I have this set up with the juice strat, it really is. And then all the last 20 to 30% that you guys are working on is perfecting your craft. And that makes so much sense because anybody who does anything that is worth their time in gold, right? Their skill, whatever it is, it takes a little while. Like to learn the fundamentals are usually pretty easy, and it is. I think it's always something that fundamentals are supposed to be very easily learned, and after that, what makes you a master, right? Like what makes you the white belt jujitsu better person, lesser than the blue belt or the brown belt or the black belt. For a lot of people, it's mainly just perfecting the craft, right? Like the white belt knows a lot of what the black belt knows. It's just that the black belt has implemented those things for a lot longer and have perfected it. So just remember that, guys. I know, I mean, the people on here are probably most likely not going to give up. And that is not, I'm not just saying that. I think all of you guys have that mindset where you guys have seen it and now you guys understand. But I'm always going to reiterate the issues that other people have so that you guys can avoid doing it. Because really, that's going to be the difference between you guys and everybody else that decides to not do this and not, persevere and continue. Is just that, is to just persevere and continue until you can be consistent at this. So it's sad. It is sad because a lot of people will come up with a reason, and I'm like, it's okay. Like you guys can't. Whatever the reason is, I'm never gonna say anything about it, right? Like I'm okay. You got life, you got kids, you got work. Whatever the reason is, it is the reason, and I'm not. I cannot argue with that. I don't know your life. I understand that you will allow that reason to be the reason you stop doing this, but then I don't understand as well because if you want it, you'll make it happen, right? That's the one thing I'm 100% confident about. Friendship, relationships, hobbies, work, career, those are like the five biggest categories, and those are like the only categories that really matter in life. If you want to do something, you'll do it, right? And I'm a victim of that too, especially when it comes to like people I care about and helping people. Like I help my close kin, my close family and friends in a heartbeat, and I go to fucking extremes to do it. But that's just it. It's like if I don't really care and I don't have reason to, I don't. And that is me being selfish with my time. I'm very caring though. Don't get me wrong. I'm the type of person that stops on the side of the road to help somebody push their car or to fix their tire or they lock the keys in the car. I know how to pop the lock. I'm the person that always helps without even questioning, opening doors, helping the auntie take the groceries from. But that comes second nature to me just because of my upbringing. But that's just not it's not giving up, not giving up on whatever it is. And I choose to do it because I choose to do it. So even when I think about going to college, I didn't go to college straight out of high school, not because I was dumb, but it was more because of the lack of guidance and me not being ready. Because of the lack of guidance in high school, I didn't know college was important. And there's goods and bads to college, right? But it took me like 2 years after I graduated high school for me to I became ready to go to college and I made the decision. Luckily at that time I had some direction in my life, so I pushed for it, you know. And the moment that I decided I wanted to go to college, I moved. Like I moved from Hawaii and I moved. Actually, I was living in South Dakota at the time. I was living in South Dakota at the time, and then from there I was in there 9 months, and then I moved to Oregon when I was ready. So, but man, don't make an excuse. If you do make an excuse, at least own it, you know. But I think there's no failure, guys. There's no failure. There is no failure with this. You can only get better. Put the time, put the effort. You know, if something's not working out, do something differently. That's what I liked about this because there was only so many things that I could do before I knew I would figure out how to do it. You know, there's a lot of other things in life like normal business. That's hard. That's hard, right? I help manage a multi-million-dollar steel factory. That's hard. It's fucking harder than trading. I rather trade. I'd rather trade all fucking day than run the steel factory. Yes, there are pleasurable things about the factory, but I'll be real. If somebody put a gun to my head and was like, "Hey, choose one or the other," I'd be like, "Goodbye, factory." Goodbye. But I choose to do that as well, right? I choose to do all of it. I enjoy it. I enjoy things a little less than other things, but I still enjoy it all. But yeah, don't give up, guys. Don't give up. And they'll probably end up coming back. I mean, these people that I know, they're not dumb. I'll just say that they're not dumb. They just have to see that. I mean, for most people, like there's so many people in my DMs on TikTok that I just forget because I'm not on TikTok as much as Instagram. But there's so many people that have been following me for years, and then they'll DM me and be like, "I've been following you for years, and I never hit you up," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" At least say hi. At least don't be afraid. But I'm like a year, even 6 months. Like, oh man, that's a long time to not try to even talk to me about this. But it's like if you started 2 years ago, you'd probably be hella consistent right now. But everybody gets into it on their own. Like whatever. I always think it's a lack of confidence thing. Because work, career, it can be daunting, right? And I categorize this trading shit under career. Like this is my life, but I'm proud of it. So even when I wasn't successful at it, even when I wasn't profiting, I was still very confident. I was the one person that I was telling people I was trading, even when I was failing. And I told them I was failing too, but I told them I'd figure it out. And if there's anything that I do, I beat shit till it's dead. And even when it's dead, I resuscitate that bitch and I'm like, hey, hey, don't die. I didn't figure it out yet. But I think that's what makes it, that much rewarding. The moment I became consistent, it was very worth it. What's funny is I barely even look back at it too. I barely look back at it. So we had this little push of volume, head up over S1. Now we are back under it. Might be ranging or trying to figure out what we want to do here at S1. Because this push out, right? If this is a fake out to the bottom on the 1 hour, for price to come this far on the 5 minute is not that surprising, right? If we go down, then we bounce right back up, push us up into the uptrend. That's normal. And if we continue down, that's also normal too. So it's just the continuation down. I'm not taking it, right? If I'm not, we've already moved. Yeah, we've already moved about 4,800 pips to the bottom. hard, Mr. Kang's team, to be a crew that has worked with it. Okay, very good, period. I can tell with this photo that they definitely shoot in RAW and then color grade the photo. You will learn how to do that very soon, period. Super easy. Bitch better have my money. Don't act like you don't want it. Got some more volume pushing us up above S1. Oh wow, I hear a hawk outside. Oh shit, that sounds big. I forgot that I live like right behind Powell Butte and there's always like wild ass animals. That's a big hawk. Can you guys hear that? That motherfucker's like meow. Well, that's a cat, but you know, that noise, but for a bird. However the fuck they make that noise. You know what I mean, right? It's like I don't know how to do it. But it's something like that. Something like that. But there's always some kind of I don't know. I remember I have grapes growing on the side of my house, and there's this family of raccoons, like 3 generations already. 3 generations comes to my grapes, and then they give birth over there. It's fucking crazy. I never eat those grapes anymore, but I got generations of raccoons coming to my crib. Making babies and then leaving. It's pretty cute too, though. They'll cuddle up like all like 4 or 5 of them. And one time I saw the mom. It's because it's on top, right? There's like a I don't know how to explain it. There's like a little house thing that I have built, and then the grapes are on top, and then the vines come down. But the mom one time, like that's how I know like motherhood is the same, whatever species, because the mom like just put them to sleep, and then she climbed down the house, and then she just fucking laid down on the grass, and I could tell like she was just like fuck them kids. And it was funny because like 5 minutes after she got down into the grass, one of the baby raccoons ended up noticing that she was gone and then walked down and then went to the mom, and then I could see the mom was like, oh fucking great. I couldn't even get 5 minutes of peace before this bitch came down. But yeah, like 3 generations. I've seen 3 generations come and go. So we got price pushing up here. What have we got? 3 minutes, 2 minutes left. I wonder if that hawk sees like a mouse or something. I've also seen skunks. I used to have skunks come by my front porch all the time. What else? Squirrels. Got a ton of squirrels. Ton of cats. And finches. Something about those little finches, you know, the little birds, the tiny little finch. Those motherfuckers are so smart, man. I like them. La 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 la. We got 30 seconds left. Got a little push of volume here. We got the 500 and we got perp to the top side. Probably about 500-600 pips until perp. from this level. Yeah, about 700 pips. Probably only at what, 500 until the gold zone, until 500, 536. So yeah, not bad. 10 seconds left. Can we get much higher? I need to go take some vitamins real quick. I'll be right back. Ouch. Got a little bit of push of volume here, heading up. Liddy candles are now third candle green. As we hold on, we remember all the good times we had together. Excuse me. So we're pushing up into the 500. I'm going to be watching this closely. I'm a solid like 200-ish in profit. If we start to reject this area, I'm probably going to go move like about 150 into profit as we're getting up onto perp, because perp and the 500 could play as resistance. All right, stop loss in profit 157, floating 200. You see what I'm saying, guys? My entries are there. My money's there. My money is there. Stop loss in profit 157, floating about 200. I moved 157 in profit as we are approaching the 500 and perp. We might get a rejection and come back down because we are currently in a downtrend structure. But on the 1 hour, we are heavily to the top side. So this might be a bamboozle fake out to the bottom. We'll see what happens here. Stop loss in profit. That's 310-ish for the day. Good shit. Juice Strat, baby. Where? What do you mean, where? Where's my entry? You tell me where my entry is. So where was my first? Yep. When did I enter into contracts? Irfan, you tell me. Irfan, where did I enter in? Exactly. That's it. 710 initial entry. Waiting for the next breakout, the next continuation confirmation. See if 725 pushes back above it, right? And read. That's why I tell you guys, read the candles, right? Read the candles. 715 wick to the bottom. It's red. Fuck it. 720 is a green wick to the bottom. After that, 725, it's bullish volume to the top. Done. I'm in profit 157. I'm gonna ride this out. See if we can get beyond perp and the 500. In profit 157, floating about 200. I moved 157 in profit as we are approaching the 500 and perp. We might get a rejection and come back down because we are. But you see, like, then you guys might ask yourselves, well, yeah, you're making the same as Ruben did, or you're making the same as whoever else did. Get into it, Isaiah. And once again, I'm not. There's nothing wrong with what they did. All I did was stick to what I know works, right? I know this shit works. I know to just be patient. I know to be safe. Good. I know you're going to be in it. I know to, just be safe on not trading against certain things. So got a little bit rejection here at perp, which makes sense. If we're not breaking, we're going to bounce here. But let's see if Liddy Candles can keep us strong to the top. In profit right now, about 250. Let's go. Break perp, baby. Come on. Just fucking break perp. Oh, come on. There you go. There you go. There you go. 300 in profit. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So as we are pushing up onto perp, I'm 300 floating in profit. I'm going to go a solid 250 in profit so I can end the day 500, even if this comes back down. So 253 stop loss in profit, floating in profit 300, 313. That's the juice strat, baby. Let's fucking go. That's a guarantee $506 today. Lego. Let's see if we can get this big push through perp and get us back up to the gold zone and, into early retirement type of shit. Lego. $250 in profit, guys. Stop loss $250 in profit for me. That's a nice 253. What is that? 506. Floating in profit. I'm gonna go a solid 250 in profit so I can end the day 500, even if this comes back down. So tap me out. Solid. In profit 300, 313. That's the juice strat, baby. Let's fucking go. That's a guarantee. Finger jewelry. The hardware upgrade. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm done. That tapped me out there at perp. It's 506 for the day. Oh wait, 255.08, 210. How did I make more? 510. That's 510 for the day. That's weird. Usually the fees will make it less, but there's like a couple dollars more today. Who's still holding? Nice. See, and then Yuzo, good. 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 Everybody good. Good shit, guys. This is what I'm fucking trying to teach you guys. Thank you for learning. Thank you for fucking learning. I was gonna trail. I was gonna trail it at this current candle. You know, this current candle 735 perp and the 500. Like I was gonna trail it right underneath it. Because if price breaks perp here to the top side, you know, it should continue up. But I don't wanna chance the rejection. Like that's enough for me, right? Like $510 is enough for me. Oh my god, I haven't been taken out. This account's got like 15.6 in it, and this is the smaller one. Oh man, fucking. It's such a pleasant surprise when you go look at your account that you haven't been looking at and be like, oh, there's a good amount of money in that bitch. Oh, that's good. A nice smaller account. I have another smaller one because I remember that you can do 5 accounts now. So I have another smaller account that's only got like $783 in it, but that one's growing. I have another one that is 5,605, and then I have another one 15,605 right now. That's money. That's money. And that's only over the last month. There's the rejection of perp. So I'm pretty happy, right? I'm happy that I decided to do what we did, right? Ruben's out at perp. I'm out at perp, 250 in profit. Price is rejecting here. Yuzo, I hope you're managing your entry right now. If you're not already out, I hope you're at least trailing this current candle like I was saying. If you trail this current candle, you'll still be alive right now as price is testing it. So might be a little fake out to the bottom before it just continues up, which is something that it does. But that's the thing, right? You guys have to fight like, okay, do I? Because let's look at this candle, right? From this last candle, that's 345 pips. So you gotta ask yourself, are you okay with losing 345 pips in hopes that it continues, or do you just get out, right? Like when it hits this type of area like this. Me personally, I'm moving stop loss into profit, right? The moment that we got above perp, I moved stop loss underneath perp. It did a little dance, made a little love, came down, tapped me out. So this right here, what's happening, right? 740s candle, this current candle, it's giving us a little wick to the bottom support, you know, based off of deduction that doesn't want to go down, so that might want to go up. And it is, remember, don't let the chart make you feel like you should have held on, right? Don't do that, right? Just like how I saw the drop, the sell off that all you guys took and I didn't. It's fine. Congratulations, you know, like for real. But never feel some type of way about losing or missing, right? Don't feel some type of way about losing or missing. Right now we're getting a wick to the top. I mean, I might get into it one contract, you know, just to play it out. Minute and a half here. And even if you guys go on a demo account, later, Ruben, even if you go on a demo account right now and take this entry, you know, like you don't have to risk your money that you just made today. If you want to run this, if you want to play this out, go on your demo account. You know, don't. There's no reason to force anything. There's no reason to risk money that you don't have to. But that is a nice hammer. I think I might take it on my pocket options account. Do I still have money in it? Oh, I still got money in my pocket options account. Nice. What's the payout though? What is the payout on this option? search bar. Is it under market? Ah, I see it. Jackass. US30, US30, DJI. Oh, it's only at 45 payout? Ugh. Oh, but that's OTC. I don't want OTC. No, fuck that. And the gold is OTC too. Oh, that's all not good. GBP, 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 BBP. $7.46. All right, guys. I'm gonna give this 5 to 10 more minutes just to see what price it does here on Perp. But I'm pretty Gucci for the day. I'm gonna go get something to eat here shortly, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. So 5-10 minutes left on this day. Once again, I was okay with not taking the sell off. I took the buy up as we were oversold. 710 first contract, 725 added contracts. Wrote it up to perp. Called it a day. Pretty fucking easy. What am I gonna eat? Oh, I have cream of mushroom. I still have cream of mushroom and hamburger. Yes. Lady candles are still green, so I'm not gonna be surprised if this heads up. Like I'm saying, on the 1 hour, I think this is just a fake out. I think this is the fake out to the downside, and it's gonna push us back up. But it's not even a surprise anymore, right? Like when price gets near perp or the 500 and it starts to range, it's not a surprise anymore, right? It's not a surprise. I got 3 minutes left on this day. Unruly passenger forces Hawaiian Airlines flight to return to Oahu. A passenger on board said they were 2 hours into the flight when an intoxicated woman was allegedly banging on the cabin doors. Good lord, that's when you need to smack a bitch, man. Flight HA-22 with non-stop service to Seattle returned to Honolulu due to disruptive passenger. Imagine being 2 hours into your flight and then somebody fucking starts acting a fool. Oh my god. I'm fucking restraining the bitch. The flight resumed shortly after 9 p.m. local time, and passengers were provided meal vouchers and travel credit. That's rough. Price is looking like it's supporting off perp. I might one con it. I might one con it. But every time it goes up, it gives us a little wick. I don't like that. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm alright. If I didn't hold it, I'm not gonna get back into it. Solid entry though. Solid entry, guys. All right, y'all. 750. I'm calling it a day. I'm up 510 for the day. Just took the buy off of S1 Gold Zone, went oversold. So, well, good start to the week, guys. Good start to the week. If the week is as smooth as it was today, we should have no problem ending the week green. So, all right, y'all. Message me if you guys need me. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Trade safely if you guys are going to stay on the charts. I don't know what to look for from here. It's either going to be the continuation up to P gold zone, or it's going to be the rejection coming back underneath, heading back down to S1. So I would say close your laptops and get on with your day. Alrighty, everybody. Check you guys tomorrow. Laters.